Yo guys, Vision SGN here, back with more Minecraft content. Today's episode number 4 will go into detail on the Ocean Monument, aka the Sea Temple, which contains unique mobs, loot, as well as what is considered to be an early game boss fight, which I'll explain all of the details, including what you will need to defeat this boss, as well as any tips and tricks along the way to help you prepare. So on that note, let's get right into it. Now, the Ocean Monument itself is constructed entirely from variants of prismarine and lit by sea lanterns, which is very aesthetically pleasing when swimming around or sailing around the sea areas in Minecraft. The monument itself includes a large central section with 2 wings attached to either side, so it's almost like a U shape. Under the monument are 23 giant pillars that stretch onto the ocean floor, and the main entrance is always located at the front of the central section in the topmost room. In each of the wings resides an Elder Guardian, which is effectively the boss. In the back of the central section lies the treasure chamber, which is also a tall room containing 8 gold blocks and encased in dark prismarine, which basically acts like the heart of the monument. Think of it like that. And then there's one final Elder Guardian in the topmost room, which you basically can either mine into, but due to the mining fatigue, you're going to have a hard time, and it also just takes away the fun of this, or you can just follow through from the main entrance itself of the actual Ocean Monument, which is not as fun, and a part of the journey in defeating this boss is exploring the entire monument properly and going through it from the start, so I'd highly recommend going in from the front entrance. In these monuments, there are various different types of rooms, which can be confusing to explore, essentially like a maze, and some of these types of rooms include a wing with open area rooms, which is basically what went over the start. You have wings extend from the front of the monument and basically connect via passageways around the bottom body of the actual monument itself. Each wing contains an Elder Guardian themselves, so one on either side, one on the left, one on the right, and then as I mentioned, one in the penthouse room right at the top, which is effectively the name of the room right at the top of the actual monument itself. And then you have entry rooms, which is basically always at the bottom front center, opening out to the outside of the Ocean Monument itself. And then there's various other types of small rooms that you don't necessarily need to be aware of. These are the key ones that you guys need to understand, as they all reside with an Elder Guardian, or is the main entrance of this actual monument itself. And then as for what to expect in addition to the structure or the layout of the monument itself, as I mentioned at the start of the video, there are unique blocks and also rewards associated with this monument, such as the prismarine blocks, the shards, the crystals, dark prismarine, gold blocks within the heart, of course the actual lanterns themselves as you see me floating around in the video. All of these features can only be found in this monument itself, so make sure you make the most of finding one of these and collate all of the blocks and anything you want to take away to your base for decoration purposes, or for in general if you just want to have a storage chest for this area, then make sure you make the most of these opportunities. And then of course, as well as this, you have other items that are also in these features, such as fish, of course, cod, salmon, tropical fish, and pufferfish. You can find these from killing guardians and Elder Guardians. Now, guardians are pufferfish-like hostile mobs that spawn in and around the Ocean Monument. They can attack with a slow-charging laser beam, which can be quite deadly, especially if you don't have good armor, and when damaged by a melee attack, they also inflict damage with their spikes. They have 30 hearts of health, and they do the following damage. So with their laser, they deal 2 hearts of damage on easy difficulty, 3 hearts on normal, and 4.5 on hard difficulty. As for the spikes, this deals 1 heart of damage on easy and normal difficulty, and 1.5 hearts on hard difficulty. Now, as for the Elder Guardians, this is a stronger and larger variant of the Guardian, basically the final boss of the Ocean Monument. It's the largest aquatic mob in the entire game. It attacks the same way as a normal Guardian, but also applies mining fatigue, which I mentioned earlier, that basically prevents players in a large radius around the actual monument itself from mining fast, and basically takes an age to do so. They are only found in the Ocean Monument. 3 of them generate in each monument, as I mentioned, 1 in each wing and 1 in the penthouse. The Elder Guardian is of course the strongest of the 2 Guardians. They don't swim around as much, but they will follow any nearby players. The Elder Guardian has 2 attacks, just like with the Guardian, 1 ranged attack where it shoots its laser out of its eye, and then a melee attack with its spikes. This one has 80 hearts of health and also deals the following damage. So the laser deals 2.5 hearts on easy, 4 hearts on normal, and 6 hearts on hard difficulty. And then as for the spikes, just like with the Guardian, deals 1 heart on easy and normal, and 1.5 hearts on hard difficulty. As for the mining fatigue, as I mentioned earlier, this it basically starts immediately after an Elder Guardian spawns, where basically the Guardian will search for a player within 50 blocks and afflicts the mining fatigue 3. And when affected, the player will see a ghostly image of the Elder Guardian appear, as well as hearing a ghostly noise, which is a little bit spooky, but this effect can decrease a player's attack speed by 30% and decreases the mining speed even more for 5 minutes in duration. Now, this attack can target players through blocks, even underground, and a potion of invisibility will not help you as it offers no defense here. Now, what you will need for these Ocean Monuments is a good set of armor and a sword. Water breathing potions is my recommendation. Any sponges to help absorb any of the water to help explore this even easier, and then any healing potions in case you need them for the boss fight itself. And then just as a tip for any newer players or lesser experienced players, or just returning players like myself in over 10 years, make sure you have a nearby house with a bed and a chest for spare loot, and like water breathing potions and sponges and so on, in case you die in here, especially if you don't have good armor. Unlike myself, I actually had nether armor, which was quite almost sort of anticlimactic in a sense that I had done this, because I was going in here just to sort of explore, make sure I got some content, and also I've never done this before. When I sort of played this back in the day, Ocean Monuments basically just came out, and I wasn't really playing survival at the time. So this is actually the first time of me ever doing this in this clip that you're seeing right now. And in this experience, I didn't realize how easy it was going to be with nether armor. I should have thought it through a little bit better. So another tip really is to make sure you do this early in the game. I guess that is why they call it an early game boss fight. Something you should definitely do with iron armor if you want to have it a bit more entertaining. Otherwise, if you do it with netherite, you will see in this clip, it's really easy to kill these things, and also they don't deal really any damage to you guys. So just as a little tip, just for the actual experience itself, if you want it to be more enjoyable and a bit more harder, then definitely don't do it with nether armor, because I'm on hard difficulty and it felt very easy, and as I mentioned, almost anticlimactic, as we was expecting somewhat more of a boss fight. Now moving on to the loot you gain from when killing these guardians or elder guardians, you can gain prismarine shards. Of course, looting on your sword will help you gain more. You can also get raw cod, prismarine crystals, raw salmon, puffer fish, and tropical fish, and of course you can also get 10 XP for every time you kill one. Now, Elder Guardians are the same as Guardians in terms of what they drop, but they also drop one wet sponge for every time they are killed, and only one. You cannot get any more by the looting sword. This does not affect it by any means, but also when you kill an Elder Guardian, you have a 20% chance of it dropping a Tied Armor Trim Smithing template, which is really cool, especially if you like that ocean vibe on your armor. That is a really cool template. I quite like it personally. And then finally, just before we finish the video, in terms of ranking this as a boss fight, as I mentioned, it's not really a boss fight, but when you're talking about early game, it can be quite difficult. But in general, as a whole, I would sort of say this is one of the easiest, or probably the easiest to do in the game, especially if you are prepared and you have the right information and you know exactly what you're doing. If you're doing it like myself, spontaneously, with no video, and you're just sort of making up as you go, it can be quite difficult, and it also can be quite confusing. But overall, it's not that difficult of a boss fight. I would sort of say it's down by the Ravager and the Evoker sort of mini boss fights, as you will, in terms of ranking on a list. It's nothing like killing the Ender Dragon or the Wither itself. If you guys enjoyed the video and you found this useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know down below in the comments if you have any suggestions, tips and tricks that you want to share. As again, I'll remind you, I am returning to this game for the first time in over 10 years. This is my first time playing survival for a long time, so if there's any tips and tricks that you guys have or you want to share, feel free to let me know, because it really helped me out, as well as any newer players watching this video or returning players like myself. I'm Vision SGen, and I'll see you in the next one.